Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're joining us on Football Sri Lanka TV here for another episode of Life with Football. Today, we have a very special guest with us. Talk of the town in football communities all over Sri Lanka recently has been Sri Lankan players who play in foreign leagues. And this man, of course, has been one of the hottest topics around the island. Marvin Hamilton, thank you for joining us today, Marvin.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
So, of course, at this point, almost everyone in Sri Lanka does know who Marvin Hamilton is. But can you just give us a little introduction about yourself, about your background? Tell us a little bit of who exactly Marvin Hamilton is.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I was born in the UK, and my mother is from Sri Lanka, and my father is from Nigeria, and they met here in the UK. And yeah, I was born here, and I went to school here. I grew up here. And yeah, I started playing football at the age of, I want to say 8 or 9, 8 or 9 years old. And yeah, I haven't stopped since. It's just been one of my things, one of my favorite things to do. And luckily enough, I had the chance to become a professional as well. And yeah, I just love what I do.
So your connection to Sri Lanka comes through your mom, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So my mom was, she's the connection.
So just from what you said, you fell in love with football at the age of 7. Can you just tell us a little bit of what made you a football fan? What made you fall in love with the game of football?
So in the UK, every single child plays football. It's just something that is, in school, everybody's always playing football. And for me, when I started playing, I wasn't really good. I didn't have any natural ability with football. I just had maybe the athleticism. So I was quite quick. I could run for a long time. So only that sort of stuff. But so when I started playing in school, I started enjoying it with me and my friends, and I just started taking it home with me. And ever since then, I had a football in my house, driving my mum crazy, kicking the ball all around. And yeah, no, that's just playing it, I think, and having fun and enjoying it. And with the little bit of the competition side, which is, I'm always competitive. So it was just something that, 2 and 2 put together. And yeah, I just loved it from then.
I think all those moments of driving a mom crazy, you think it's worth it to where you got now, though. So as you said, your connection to Sri Lanka is through your mom. So before you were linked with the national team, have you ever been to Sri Lanka? Have you traveled around the country?
Yeah, so I've been many times. Ever since I was a young kid, my mum took me. Loads of my, even my family from the UK, they've traveled to Sri Lanka as well. We've been on holiday many times. I've been around to all the family that I have in Sri Lanka. They're mostly in Colombo, and we travel down to Kandy. I've been to quite a few places, and holiday there is so nice. It's like paradise for us.
You enjoy it whenever you come here.
Yeah, all the time. I've loved it every time.
You enjoy the Sri Lankan food? That's usually one of the biggest things with Sri Lanka.
Yeah, of course. Like I eat rice, dal, chicken, curry, everything all the time. So even now, like every Friday or Sunday, we go to my mum's place and she cooks for us. So, and my son loves it as well.
Rice, dal, chicken. You're basically a Sri Lankan natural there. So,
yeah.
Tell us, just staying on the same topic of Sri Lanka, can you tell us what about your ambitions to play for Sri Lanka? Like, was that always something in the back of your mind? Since your mom is Sri Lankan, was that when you got into football, was that something she always kept, telling you, putting it into your head? How did that come about?
Yeah, I don't think my mom ever thought that I would want to play for the Sri Lankan national team, because I don't even think she knew that there was a football national team there. So she never realized. But I think if she did know and she understood a bit more, she maybe would have done my dual citizenship when I was younger, But so I didn't really know, obviously I was born here in the UK, so my first ambition was to try and see if I can play for England, And yeah, I mean, other avenues, there's ways of me to, I think maybe when I was about 25, 26 was when I found out that there was you know, a Sri Lankan national team. And I never understood if it was serious enough, you know. And the same way as the Sri Lankan Federation, they didn't know that I was, you know, half Sri Lankan as well. So it was just getting, you know, into contact with people, and you know, ever since I think maybe when it's about 2-3 years ago now, that's when I, you know, thought, let me try and see if I can play for the national team, you know, see if I can help out. That was my, you know, my main thing.
So, do you like what would you say on the pitch your best qualities are, like on the
On
football
the
pitch?
pitch, I think my attacking ability. So you know, I always look forward. I always want to try and find the final product. So the last bit, whether it's the final pass or a shot or a goal or a cross. So anything that's, you know, towards the end of the pitch is like, you know, I think that's what my best abilities are. And mostly now my brain, you know, the way I think about things, you know, I have more than one thing in my head at the same time. The sharpness, and yeah, just mostly my attacking ability is what I
So
think my best ability is.
on the football field, what you enjoy and thrive is in the attacking situations with
Yeah,
the goalkeeper.
yeah, that's it. So, you know, just trying to make these guys, you know, fall over and just score some goals. That's, you know, that's what I want to do.
Let's hope that you can do that with the Sri Lankan jersey on as well. And just going back with that, so you are of course a professional player, played for clubs in England, and so what would you say a player of your stature, with your experience of training with professional clubs in England, what do you think you can bring to football in Sri Lanka?
You know what? I feel like I can try and make, you know, other players better. You know, so not just me bringing quality to the team, it's me helping out, you know, everybody else. So all the other players, so they can, you know, maybe grow more, you know, teach them, you know, ways that I play here in UK, you know, just helping out everyone else. It's not just about me, you know, bringing my quality. It's about helping everyone else and making them better. So that's something that I wanna, you know, I wanna try and do.
Definitely. And so, do you now, like you said, sadly, around the world currently, football in Sri Lanka is not in the level, nowhere near the levels of countries like England and all these other countries. But what is your what is your opinion on the current situation of football in Sri Lanka? Like, do you think it's coming up, and what do you think of the future for football in Sri Lanka? Do you think we can? What do we have to do to reach the levels of countries like England, Belgium, to get to those levels?
Yeah, I think the stuff that you know, the federation are doing now with, you know, the Super League, with getting a technical director, you know, a foreign manager, that sort of thing will help. You know, it's going to take years. It's not going to be, you know, tomorrow it's going to be so good. So it's just, you know, building a foundation first, and then, you know, growing towards what you want to grow to. So it's difficult to compare with, you know, with the UK, because we have 4 professional leagues. We have about 5 leagues which are considered as a high level outside of the professional league. So we have so many leagues, you know, and it's hard to compare with a country with 1 league, you know. So it's it's, you know, they're working towards the right direction, I think, you know. So it's just we just have to try and get the football, you know, as big as it is as cricket in Sri Lanka, you know. So if a lot, I think there's a lot of fans there, and a lot of people love football. So it will take time, but I think they're stepping in the right direction.
Definitely, that's what we all can hope and pray for. And have you, as we spoke about the current new foreign head coach, have you spoken to him about the? Has he told you about his plans in with involving you in the national team?
Yeah, he has. He has. I spoke to him. You know, I speak to him here and there, and yeah, he seems like a really nice guy. And he's told me about his plans. And you know, for me, that it just sounds good. Everything just sounds very, very, very good. So I wish him the best of luck, you know. So I want to be a part of the journey as well. You know, I want to try and help out where I can, and you know, so it's a good thing. It's a good look, you know.
Definitely. And just going back, so going back to your career. So when you, as you said, you fell in love with football at the age of 7, and you grew from there. Did you have any footballing idols growing up while playing, while getting into your professional career? Who did you want to be like someone?
Yeah. So my favorite team is Manchester United. So most of the players in that team were all my idols. But the one player that stuck out for me that I always wanted to be like was Zinedine Zidane. You know, his skill, his knowledge, his just everything. He had the ability to do everything, and that was one of my favorite players. You know.
So just a quick this thing. So just a quick fun question. Since Zidane is currently the head coach of Real Madrid, if you had the chance to play under him or play for United, which one would you choose?
As much as I love Zidane, I would have to play for my team that I support, Manchester United.
Fair enough. So, as you mentioned previously, the Super League is currently going on with the pre-season happening currently, with the main season set to kick off in April. Is there any chance us, the fans, and Sri Lankan fans in home and abroad, will get to see Marvin Hamilton live in action at the Super League? Any chance of that?
Well, my fingers are crossed, and you know, I'm hoping to. I want to, you know, here in the UK, the our league has been voided, so there's nothing going on at the moment, and the next season doesn't start until after the summer. So it would make sense for me to come over and you know experience the Sri Lankan football league. So um, fingers are crossed, and hopefully yes.
I think fans would love to see you in action here at Sri Lanka in the Sukaradasa Stadium. I'm sure many clubs have at least tried to speak to you, tried to approach you, tried to get you on board.
Yeah, there's a few clubs that I've spoken to, and for me, it's just about, you know, I think because of this lockdown here in the UK and the travel restrictions, it's been holding me back a little bit. So once this is over and they lift the ban of traveling from the UK, then you know hopefully I'll be there and then decide from then.
And then, so just taking a break from on the pitch, do you have any ambitions, whether it's football or non-football, off the pitch, like whether it's helping developing young players or becoming a manager one day? Do you have any such ambitions?
Yeah, so I've done my UEFA B license, which is a coaching license. I've done that in 2015, and I've been coaching since. You know, I've been trying to coach, you know, in my local community. Um, right now, I run a football program in a college that's close by to me, and which is where the boys will train every day and they do their education every day at the same time, and they play in a league, which is like a college league. And yeah, I mean, one day hopefully we can, you know, try and build an academy or a system over in Sri Lanka where it's the same sort of system. And then also I want to, you know, we could try and maybe build a bridge from the UK to Sri Lanka or Europe to Sri Lanka where players can come and go from, you know. So that's something, you know, that's something that I'm looking forward to when I finish playing. So I've still got a few years left to play, so I'm just focusing on that right now.
Definitely. So moving on, uh, as you mentioned, your mom is Sri Lankan, dad is Nigerian. So your family must be a football fanatic family as well.
Yeah.
How proud do you think your mom would be being Sri Lankan when you put on the national jersey?
I think it will make us super proud. You know, I think, you know, all of my family, even my family from Nigeria, UK, they'll all be happy for me. You know, it's they know that I love football and I've sacrificed a lot, and you know, this is all I want to do. So I think it'll be a proud moment for my whole entire family. You know, especially my mom, especially my mom.
Great to hear that. And then just finally, as we said, the fans in Sri Lanka really are excited to see you in action. You have a message to the football fans in Sri Lanka who are awaiting your arrival eagerly?
Yeah, so I just want to say, guys, just hold on tight. You know, it's gonna be a fun ride, and you know, hopefully sooner than later, I'll be there, either playing in the Super League or playing for the national team, and I can't wait until the day happens. You know, until I'm there and I'm wearing the jersey and I'm giving everything I can. You know, I can't wait.
Neither can we, Marvin. Neither can we. We just excited to see you in action, definitely with the national team or elsewhere. So that is it for this episode of Life with Football. Thank you, Marvin, for joining us today. We hope all you fans at home or abroad learn a lot more about who Marvin Hamilton really is. Join us. Stay tuned to Football Sri Lanka TV. Subscribe. We have much more coming on our channel, live matches, interviews, otherwise. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys.